Dwayne's not on the phone, but instead it's like Chris from jail along with Chris's friend, and Chris is telling me CJ's not at the house, Queen, he's with Tiffany. And I'm just like, well then who is Tiffany then?
Who the fuck
and
is
he's
Tiffany,
like,
bro?
it's a friend that I knew for 5 years.
Tiffany Ray?
I never heard of a Tiffany. 5 years ago was 2015.
I'm sure you did. What is good? Diamond Dynasty, baby. Welcome back to another motherfucking video.
There's a lot of girls with me right now. Got a lot of drugs with me right now. But I'd rather just
Let's not go too soon now.
I feel the same. And a lot of girls hate it mine now. I would rather pass that one to you, like we used to do.
And today, baby, y'all already know what's going on in this video, man. So today, you guys wanted me to do a reaction to the truth, what they forgot to mention by Queen Naija. Before we get into this video, make sure you go cop your Diamond Life, Diamond Dynasty, baby. Merch, man, is right beneath this video. Also, click the link in my description down below so you can go subscribe to my spiritual channel. If you have not already, make sure you join the Dynasty, baby. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, comment your thoughts and opinions down below. Share this video with a friend, hit that bell so you can be notified every time I post another lit ass video. Make sure that you DM me at the Diamond Life 888. Let me know what I should be reacting to next. And tell a friend, tell that ain't your mama, tell their Uncle Joe, he's still a hoe. Let's get right into this motherfucking video. Let's get it, y'all.
Thank you that you're here, you're reaching my channel. What's up, Richie Squad? So by the look of this video title, you already know what I'm about to talk about. So I'm gonna get right into the video and just tell my side of the story. Because I've obviously turned this camera.
She's doing her skincare routine right now.
Too many times, well, all these different intros and stuff like that. I'm just get straight to the point. So,
do that shit. Do that.
What happened with CJ? All right. Everybody else have their own theories. Everybody's making videos about what they think happened, but you guys are going to hear it from my mouth. What actually happened? That day was a very confusing day for me, and I think that any other parent in my situation would have done the same before, you know, all of this happened. First, let's just start out by saying this. We celebrated CJ's birthday, all right? After that, I knew that I was going to send CJ to Houston to see his dad because he had been asking to see his dad and it had been a couple months already. So we had already had plans for CJ to go to Houston. At the same time, I knew I was going to LA to finish my album, and my initial plans were to, you know, get CJ back. As soon as I got back home, he could go back to school, and he also had like some dentist appointments or whatever. So that was my initial plans. Basically, CJ went over there for a couple of weeks, and I was going to come back, and CJ was going to come back, but a lot had changed. As you guys know, this whole pandemic with this virus is going on, and it kind of broke out like right in the middle of me going back to Atlanta, back home. I was panicking because I didn't know what was going to happen. I thought everything was going to get shut down, including the airlines. So I called Chris and I was just like, is there any way you can send CJ back, or we can get CJ back to Atlanta before this stuff gets more crazy? Because I feel like they're going to shut down the airlines. He was like, no, my mom's coming to see CJ and they already bought their ticket. And I'm just like, well, everything's about to shut down. In my head, everything's about to shut down. So I'm like, she's probably not going to be able to come no way. So you should probably just send him back, and then after everything dies down, then, you know, they can see him. He wasn't going for it. He was just like telling me no, and that's not fair, and this and that. Although I could have went further in that situation, I just chose not to because there was so much going on, and I was just like, well, you know, let me just be fair. I'm a fair person. His family haven't seen CJ in a minute, so just go ahead. If everything's fine, if they don't shut the airlines down, then okay. So my plans after that was to get CJ back home after they seen him.
Right.
But that didn't happen because things started getting worse with the virus, and at this point I kind of wanted to keep CJ in one place, and I didn't know if it was safe to fly him back because you know, so many people were contracting this virus throughout the airports and things like that, and I just didn't want to risk it.
Especially
so I was like, okay, well maybe I'll just keep CJ there till all this died down. Maybe it's better if he stays in one place. All right, so time went by, and you know, I was like getting videos and things sent to me of CJ not being away from people. It was being kickbacks thrown and this and that, and the whole social distancing thing wasn't even happening over there in Houston. I mean, as far as what I could see. So, you know, then I started thinking, shoot, is it better if you just come back here? But then again, I don't want to put on a plane, and I don't know. I was just so confused. I was just battling with myself about should I bring him back or not. Okay. And then I was asking people for advice, and they was like, So basically, in so many words, without saying it, she's saying that too many niggas be over there at Chris's house. It ain't no 6 feet or any type of social distancing going on over there at all. Okay, and who knows what type of individuals Chris be having over his crib. So she was basically saying, well, shit, at this moment in time, I'm thinking that I need to get my baby back. But on top of that, it's going to be a struggle trying to get him back during this pandemic, okay? That's how I take it. I don't know if you should, you know, put him back on a plane. You just don't know what could happen or what you could risk. So instead of trying to get him back, I just talked to his dad, and I was like, hey, I seen you had people coming over and yada, yada, yada. I don't think it's the right time to be doing that. And he was like, oh, well, CJ don't be around them, no way. And, you know, he was at so-and-so's house, or he was upstairs, or this or that. I don't know. But we talked about that, and I thought that that would die down. So I just gave him the benefit of a doubt, and I was just like, okay, well, you know, I'll just wait till the pandemic goes away, and then I'll send CJ back here. All right? So that's why I kind of left it alone. Okay. And CJ was over there. I was just trying to be safe, and I was thinking it wasn't as bad. And I don't understand why people would say that Queen just didn't want her son CJ back with her. That she just wanted time away from her son. I've never heard of anybody needing time away from their child. I felt like that was very much a reach, and I'm not judging anybody, but for you to just say that Queen doesn't want to be around her son, or just wants to spend time with Clarence and Legend and wants to disregard CJ, how do you even make that claim? You know? I don't know. Anyway, let's continue. Over there in Texas, as it is here in Atlanta and other places. So, yeah. But then one day, not too long ago, I got a call from a Texas number. I didn't know who it was, but I picked it up anyway because I thought it probably could be important. And it was a CPS worker. It was a social worker. Sheesh. She was telling me that she went to Chris's house to see about CJ because she had got some complaints from some anonymous people talking about CJ was being exposed to all these things that he wasn't supposed to be exposed to, and that it was on video and people could clearly see it, but I'm not going to go into that. But anyway, she said that she called me because she was concerned. They were saying that CJ wasn't there. All right, so his dad was telling her he's not here anyway, so you can't see him. But at the same time, I guess some police had showed up to the door as well, separate from her, and they was about to arrest him. So then now she's thinking, okay, so the child is not in the father's care right now, and the father is about to get locked up, so let me call the mom. By the way, y'all, if y'all wondering how she got my number, I don't know how she got my number, but this hadn't been the only call, you know, from CPS by CJ being over there. Like, this has happened more than once. So I'm wondering who called CPS. Was it a girl that Chris used to deal with that did it out of spite? Or maybe they saw a real danger? What was it? Who was it that called CPS in the first place? That's what I would like to know. Maybe the world will never know, but I would like to know. More than twice. So then I got all scared because one, the CPS is over there looking for my child. Two, his dad is getting locked up, and I don't know where CJ is. So my first thought was to call Chris's mom. because Chris's mom had just visited over there, and I was, oh wait, I forgot to tell you, the lady also told me, yeah, I'm thirsty. Okay, hold on 1 second, all right? I forgot to tell you guys that the lady also told me that Chris told her before he got arrested that CJ wasn't there and he was with his friend named Tiffany. All right, the CPS lady had told me that CJ was somebody was with somebody by the name.
I'll be doing
Tiffany.
that too.
All right, well, I called Chris's mom. I tell her what happened. I asked her, does she know who Tiffany is?
Tiffany, right?
She said that she has met someone named Tiffany and she went over there. So I asked, do you have Tiffany's number? She said no, but she could try to get it for me. At the same time, she was going to try to see what was going on over there. So I asked her, could she try to get the number for me, but could she also give me Nettie's number, because Nettie be knowing a lot of people's numbers over there, like Chris's friends, girls. So I hung up the phone with her, hoping to receive a phone number through text so I could call Nettie myself and try to, you know, just figure out where CJ was. I didn't get a text from his mom after we hung up the phone, and so I just assumed that she was trying to make some calls and, you know, help me out and figure out the girl's number so I could just get a hold of CJ. So I didn't say too much about it, but I was also still trying to, I didn't want to sit there and wait either, so I wanted to find out some information on my own. So I chose to call a girl that I've met before in person. Her kids play with CJ a lot over there. I don't know if you guys see, but like there's 2 other curly headed kids and they play with CJ, but I called their mom. I asked her, do you know anyone by the name of Tiffany? And she was like, no, let me ask the kids.
Tiffany, right?
And so she wasn't sure. She said her kids said that wasn't her name. So I was just really confused. And, you know, she said that she would try to look into it further for me. And so at this point, I'm just waiting on calls back from different people, you know, about where my son is. So when I hung up the phone, I called Chris's mom back. I asked her, did she get any more information? And she was just like, she tried to call Dwayne, and Dwayne didn't answer the phone, which raised a concern with me because that's her son. I would think that he would answer for his mom, you know, even if he don't answer for me or anyone else. So I was like, okay, what did happen and where's CJ now? So she hung up with me the second time. She gave me Nettie's number. Finally, she had texted me Nettie's number, and I called Nettie and I was asking her about who Tiffany was. And I guess Nettie had already talked to Dwayne herself, because she said, Dwayne said that CJ's not there, but I think he's there. But she felt like CJ was there. I don't know why she felt like CJ was there, but then that made me think, okay, I think CJ's there too then. You know, what if somebody's hiding something? I don't know why they would hide CJ being there from me, but, or I don't know if they was doing it for purposes so the CPS worker wouldn't come back and look for CJ again. I'm not sure. So now I'm thinking, okay, is CJ at the house still?
Or
and they're not trying to tell nobody? Or is he really with Tiffany? So then I called the mom back. I'm just saying the mom. I ain't gonna say her name because I don't want nobody trying to look for her. Just say her name is Maya. I don't know. I'm gonna call. I called Maya back, and that's not her real name, by the way. I called her back, and she was just like, I haven't gotten any further, but I could go over there and see if CJ is there at the house for you. And I was like, okay, thank you. She was heading over there to Chris's house. Now by this time, Chris was already in custody. So then I think this is when I made the post on Instagram. I posted it because I was just like, okay, at this point I need answers. I made that post because, you know, I know that a lot of my supporters help me out a lot. They are kind of like some little investigators, so they could come back and tell me who this person's social media page is, and I can DM them. Or maybe someone that is over there around CJ would see the post and call me, or sorry, not call me because they ain't got my number, but they could DM me and let me know some information. But I deleted it because I was like, maybe I should just try a little harder first before I make this post. So that was the post and delete.
I understand what she means, because yes, Queen has a lot of private eyes, okay? But I feel like it was a little extreme. That's just how I feel, to expose millions of people to private information, okay? Unless you have exhausted all your options, some time has passed, and you know, I feel like that would be the right move to make at that time. But what do I know? Who am I to say that? Okay, maybe if I was personally in that predicament or in that situation, maybe I would have acted like her, even worse. I don't know. So I'm not judging her for that, but just looking at the situation, I just think that that was a little drastic of her to do, given the situation and what I'm hearing right now.
Okay, and then Naija texted me back, and she was like, we were talking a little bit, and she was like, whatever you do, don't put this on social media. She didn't see that post, but she had just happened to say, don't put this on social media. But I was thinking more so of her saying, don't put it on social media that her brother is in jail because they know what people say and this and that. So that's how I was thinking, and I was just like, oh no, I ain't gonna put that on there. I don't care about that. But when it comes to my son, I am gonna try to figure out where he is, and you know, if I make a post about that, then that's different. So she didn't see the post and delete then. Okay, so then I asked her to send me Duck's number. She sends me his number. I call him. I don't get an answer. Okay. All right, I called him twice. I didn't get an answer. So then I texted him and I said, hey, Maya is coming over there to see if CJ is there at the house. Okay. And I have someone to pick him up and bring him back to Houston. Give me a call. So then I called Maya, and then Maya is at Chris's house finally. She's trying to go see if CJ is in there or not. But people are in the house. So Dwayne's in there, Chris's friends are in there, but someone in the house says lock the door, so they're not trying to let her in. So when she tells me that, at this point, I'm just like, what do they have to hide? If CJ's with the girl Tiffany, then why wouldn't they let you in to see if he's not there? So then I'm just really, really confused, and I'm just like, I'm telling her, tell them that if they don't let you in, then I'll call the police and I'll send the police over there and they can check to see if CJ is there, since people playing around and giving me the runaround. Right, I don't know if she told them that right away or not, but then Dwayne's number texts me, and he texts me the number supposedly to Tiffany, okay? And so I called that number. He said, this is Tiffany's number. CJ is with Tiffany. So I try to call the number multiple times. I get no answer. So I'm like, okay, somebody's playing with me. Because, yeah, this just don't seem right. Then I get a phone call from Dwayne's number. And Dwayne's not on the phone. But instead, it's like Chris from jail along with Chris's friend. And Chris is telling me, CJ's not at the house, Queen. He's with Tiffany. And I'm just like, well, then who is Tiffany then?
Right. Who the fuck
and
is
he's
Tiffany,
like,
bro?
It's a friend that I knew for 5 years.
Tiffany Ray?
I never heard of a Tiffany. 5 years ago was 2015.
I'm sure you did.
I never heard of a Tiffany back in 2015. And I just feel like anybody that has my son, that's gonna have my son, if you're not there,
you should know about
I should know who
That's
they
a
are.
fact. That
you know,
is
just
a fact.
in case anything happens.
That is a fact.
But yeah, he was just like, Tiffany has them. I was like, okay. I didn't get it. I was waiting on Tiffany to call me back from the number that Dwayne gave me, and I still didn't receive a call. But I guess during all this time, Maya had told Dwayne what I said about sending the police over there. So then I got another call from Dwayne himself, and he was like, why would you try to send the police over there and this and that if I gave you the number already? And I was just like, well, actually, I said that before you gave me the number. But if y'all don't have nothing to hide, if CJ's not there, then why won't you guys let her in to see? Because at this point, y'all, I don't know. I'm thinking they trying to keep CJ in the house. Maybe because they don't want me to get him back. Like, I don't know what's going on. I really don't know. At this point, I don't trust anyone. All I want to know is where my son is. Right. So he explained to me that he wasn't lying and this and that. And I was like, well, if somebody would have called me first, or if you would actually answer the phone or call me right when I texted you, then this wouldn't even like have happened. So then finally, after I got off the phone with him, the number calls me back, and it's Tiffany. I spoke to Tiffany, and I got to talk to CJ. I found out where he was. Then I talked to Tiffany and set up things with her for Thomas to come get CJ and bring him back to me the next morning. I'm very glad that I did that, because the next morning the CPS worker called me again, and I was talking to her, and she was just like, no matter what allegations were being denied, that if they could see that on camera, they could still go and extract CJ from the household over there if they wanted to. So I'm really glad that I got CJ back as soon as I did, because you know, it's a possibility that they could have went and taken him due to whatever allegations they had against, you know, Chris, or whatever goes on in that household over there. Being that this has been more than once or more than twice that this has happened, and I always give the benefit of a doubt, and I always give chances, it's just that, like, I can't risk that happening, you know, anymore. So there will be changes made, and I just wish that instead of, you know, people getting mad at me saying that I was just running to social media trying to cause attention, which I really wasn't. I was just trying to find my son. That's all I cared about. I don't care about no attention. That was a crazy day.
I understand where she's coming from, but I think she didn't understand the magnitude of what that did, or maybe she didn't care about the magnitude. I feel like there's millions of people that there's millions of people that were in your business that shouldn't have been in your business in the first place because of that post. And I understand, like I said, doing anything that you need to do to make sure that you find your son, locate your son. That's point blank period. That's the most important thing. And maybe that's what she was thinking as a mom. I don't care what it takes. Nobody's answering me. Nobody's getting back to me. The people who are getting back to me are giving me the runaround, or whatever the case may be. I'm not in the same city or state, and I'm trying to make shit shake. So maybe if I upload this on social media, somebody can give me the answer. But I don't feel like it's worth exposing that private information to millions of people who don't even know you. Okay, private eye or not. I feel like it's just, you know, it was just too far. It was just too much. But like I said, man, I don't know what I would do in that particular situation, because I'm not in that situation. I'm not even a parent. So with that being said, what does my opinion matter? It doesn't, but I appreciate y'all fucking with me and watching. We're going to watch the last part of this.
You know, I'm glad he was safe, and thanks to the person that had him that was keeping him safe. Thank you, Tiffany. But yeah, like I said, that's my side of the story. I just feel like if anyone else was going through the same thing, and in that moment, I feel like they probably would have done the same thing. And you know, I just feel like Chris was saying I'm doing too much, but I just feel like he was taking it too lightly. First of all, anytime the CPS show up at your door, especially if you know that it's proof that they can see, like, there should be no reason why you got the people from the system coming to your door. People could lie and make anonymous phone calls, but if you give them something to say, and if you give them something to talk about, it's like you're making it worse. So yeah, I'm not going to risk that anymore.
That's true. And maybe Chris, you know, like, he don't really care about his situation or whatever the case. But when you have your child involved, you know, you got to think of the other people around you. And I feel like Chris says, man, he does have 1,000,001 excuses. You know, I'm still growing. We're all still growing. We all make mistakes and things of that nature. It's easy to judge from the outside looking in, but some of this stuff is self-explanatory. And that leads me to believe that sometimes Chris just doesn't give up. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't. Let me know in the comment section down below how you guys feel. Y'all saw my reaction, man. I appreciate you guys rocking with me. Try to stay quiet for most of this reaction because shit, it's 20 minutes long and I've already shot like 3 or 4 videos today. So let me know in the comment section down below how you guys feel. Let me know, who is Tiffany, man? I believe it's Tiffany Ray. If y'all remember, maybe you don't remember, Tiffany and Chris Sales were doing like fake pranks or real pranks. I don't know what they were. But they were doing vlogs and pranks together, and I'm pretty sure they were messing around. Tiffany bought him some Balenciagas, you know, so I'm pretty sure that, you know, he got the goodies. Yes, her goodies, you know. So I believe that that's the Tiffany that they're talking about, but I could be wrong. Tiffany is actually a name that is pretty common, okay? I'm pretty sure he's messed with a lot of Tiffany's. So possibly it's not that Tiffany. Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you have not already, make sure you join the Dynasty, baby. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, comment your thoughts and opinions down below. Share this video with a friend, hit that bell so you can be notified every time I post another lit ass video. Make sure you DM me at TheDiamondLife888. Let me know what I should be reacting to next. And tell a friend and tell a friend and tell their aunt, your mama, tell their Uncle Joe. He's still a hoe. I will see you guys in the next motherfucking video. Love y'all, man. Peace. And we out.